Psychology Assignment Group Dynamics by Dan Brooks. For this, I'll be using the example of Leicester City FC from the 2015-2016 season. Firstly, the stages of group development. There are 5 different stages of group development: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Each of them represent a different stage a team may be at in their development, and it is suggested that a team must reach the performing stage in order to perform well. Firstly, forming. This is when a group initially comes together. The group is characterized by shyness and uncertainty at this stage. Extroverts group may assume some kind of leadership roles. Each group member assesses their own situation, and the team starts to think about what they want to achieve over the next year. At this stage, the coach might introduce some icebreakers and team building activities in order to get the team to communicate with each other. The positives of this at this stage are that training will be competitive, as everybody has something to prove, and they will want to get things like leadership roles in the team. This will make training better, as the players will work harder and it will be more intense. And the negatives of this stage, however, are that people don't know each other and therefore won't work together as well. This will affect training, as there will be no communication between players, and therefore the standard won't be as good. My sport example for this stage is that Leicester, at the start of the 2015-2016 season, some of the players might not have got on. So, for example, if the centre back and if the 2 centre backs didn't get on, this would cause a problem on the pitch, as they wouldn't be able to work together well, and you won't keep as much clean sheets. As well, the coach might get them to sit together on the coach if you're on a tour or something, to get them to talk to each other and start working together better. The next stage, storming. This stage, individuals may compete for places or roles in the team. Some may seek out leadership roles. Intergroup disagreements and arguments may occur at this stage. This is the time to test out and try to find the leaders in the group. The roles are eventually allocated. The positives of this stage are that training will still be competitive, as players will still be fighting for their positions, and so the training will still be higher intensity. There will be lots of arguments, so training effectiveness will be affected. This is because players won't know each other very well, and therefore will get angrier easier. This will affect training, as they won't get as much done. My sport example for this is Leicester City. Their left midfielder might swap to left back. For example, Albright might have to play left back in order to accommodate for a new signing such as Riyad Mahrez coming to the team, who wants to play in the left midfield position. The next one is norming. At this stage, you're trying to establish team ethic, start to cooperate with each other. The internal group structure is sorted, group identity occurs. Group decides what they stand for and set common goals. At this stage, the individuals will begin to work together as a team to achieve a goal. Positives of this stage are that the team will be more cooperative. Therefore, when they play, they will communicate more, meaning that every player on the team will understand what they are doing. Also, if someone's out of position, their teammates can tell them where they need to be. So like say the left back's out of position, the centre back can tell them where they need to get back in, and as a result, they'll concede less goals in games and they'll be able to win more games. The negative of this is that there could be players that don't have their desired role yet, and therefore they will be upset. As a result, the team will have to get rid of them or try to fit them in where they don't want to play. Therefore, they may leave, decreasing the team morale, as they may have been a well-liked member within the group. The sports example for this stage is that Leicester at the start of the season were in this stage, as a result they were able to beat teams that on paper were better than them. However, as they were already in this stage, they were able to work together and get a lead in the table, and they would not be able to. No teams could catch them after that. The next stage is performing. At this stage, the team moving in unison towards a goal. Group members help each other to achieve the best they can as a team. There's good team cohesion at this stage. Group loyalty and morale is also high. At this stage, the team will be able to perform at their best and are more likely to win. The positives of this stage are that the team will work together very well and will be able to perform at their best more consistently. This is because if one player stops performing, his teammates will help him get back on track. If the negative of this, however, is that if the team keep losing on this in this stage, then they could be at risk of losing players as some of their players will believe that they can't achieve at this team, and they will look for other opportunities elsewhere. This will greatly affect the team as they may lose their best players. My sport example is that Leicester were able to very quickly reach this stage in the 2015-16 season, and as a result, they continued to win lots of games throughout the season. As a result, many teams at this stage, at that point in the season were still in the norming stage when Leicester were in the performing stage. They were able to gain a massive points advantage in the table and ultimately win the league. The last stage is adjourning. At this stage, goals will be completed or failed as it will be the end of the season. Separation of group members will occur. A sense of pride may be felt. At this stage, the team will break up after they have accomplished or failed their goals. The positives of this stage are that the team may feel a sense of pride if they have achieved their goals. This will help them as individuals later on in their careers, as they will have more confidence and they will believe in themselves more. The negatives of this stage, however, are that the team will split up, and therefore next season the club will have to go through the process of the stages of development again. As a result, they are less likely to be able to win, as they won't be at the performing stage very quickly. An example of this is Leicester City at the end of the 2015-16 season. After they won the league, they lost a lot of their big players to bigger clubs such as Kante going to Chelsea. As a result, the next season they weren't able to retain their title. Next, group effectiveness. Group effectiveness is how well a team can accomplish a certain task as a group. There are certain things that happen as a result of working as a group. For example, Steiner's model from 1972 shows the reasons why the best team on paper won't always win. As you can see, the actual productivity only equals the potential productivity minus the losses due to faulty process. This means that how well the team performs on the night is down to how good they could possibly be minus the sum of their mistakes. For example, Barcelona should beat Celtic on paper, however, because their players kept making mistakes and losing the ball, they lost the game. This then links onto social loafing, which is defined as the tendency for individuals to lessen their effort as part of a group. As we can see from Ringelmann's effect, 8 men can pull 100 kg. 8 times 100 is 800. However, the team as a whole can only pull 700. This is because certain members won't exert as much effort as they know that others in the group will be able to succeed without them. As a result, we are left with 100 kg, a process loss of 100 kg. The positives of this are that everybody can work a little bit less. This is because the team as a whole will be able to win without putting in maximal effort. This means that the team is less likely to get tired and will be able to compete for longer. The negatives of this, however, are that if one person doesn't work very hard, then the others in the group might feel as though they are carrying him, and they will get angry with him. This will lead to reduced team cohesion, and as a result, the team will be less likely to win. Sport example of this is Leicester City were able to keep social loafing to a minimum. This is because every member of the team worked very hard during their matches and they were able to win. Then when someone got tired and they stopped working at their maximal level, his teammates would help him out by allowing him to rest, or the coach would take him off. This allowed them to win more games and ultimately win the league. Next is cohesion. Cohesion is the extent to which a team is willing to stick together and work together. There are two types of cohesion: task cohesion and social cohesion. Task cohesion is the willingness of a team to work together to achieve their goals, and social cohesion is the willingness of a team to socialise together. Task cohesion. The positives of task cohesion are that the team will work on the pitch, will work well on the pitch, as they will all work hard on the pitch, as they will all be working towards achieving the same thing. This is because they will know that they need to work together in order to achieve a goal that they all want to achieve, and therefore they will work harder to get it, as they won't want to let their team down. The negative of this are that individual members may not want to work with the rest of the group to achieve their individual goals. For example, a football player might be more worried about getting goals for himself rather than winning the game for his team. As a result, it will be more likely to lose the game. A sport example for this is Leicester City needed good task cohesion in order to allow every member to work hard and attack what they wanted. This is because they needed to work very hard in order to beat the teams that were better than them, and without task cohesion, that would have been impossible. Social cohesion. The positives of social cohesion are that the team morale will be higher as individual members will feel involved, and they will like everyone in their team. This will allow them to work together better on the pitch, as they will be more willing to do so. This will help them on the pitch, as they will communicate better, as they know other members of their team and will know what the best way of talking to the person is. The negatives of this, though, are that if members of the team don't like each other, they will play worse on the pitch. For example, if the two centre-backs don't like each other, they will not communicate, and they are less likely to keep a clean sheet because they will let in more goals and more likely to lose the game, obviously. Leicester City. My sport example for this is Leicester City players will have liked each other off the pitch and may have had social nights out in order to boost their social cohesion. This will have allowed them to work together better on the pitch and get the results they wanted. Finally, there's leadership. Leadership is the behavioural process of influencing individuals and groups towards goals. Leadership qualities involve stuff like good communication skills, which are needed in order to tell individuals in the team what they need to do at any given time. They need to be confident and outgoing, so that they can give pre-match speeches and help to make others in their team more confident. They need to be responsible, so that they can set a good example for young and inexperienced players. And they need to be motivational, because they need to be able to get their team up for the game, and they need to be an inspirational figure for other players. So there are two types of leaders. There are emergent leaders who have developed into a leader as part of the team or through a development process such as a youth team or an academy. And there are appointed leaders who are ones that have been brought in from other clubs as they have leadership qualities that the club wants. So the positives of an emergent leader are that he will be well known in the club and his teammates will already know him. This will help, as it will mean that he will be able to create a good social cohesion in the group, allowing them to play better. I noticed, however, that older players might not like that there's a younger player in control of them or in charge of them. As a result, this will reduce the social cohesion in the group, as certain players won't like each other. So one example of this is Steven Gerrard, who was an emergent leader at Liverpool as he came through the youth academy. As a result, many of the experienced players would have resented him as their new captain. However, he proved himself to be the right man for the job and earned his respect throughout the club. The positives of an appointment leader are that the club will know what they are getting. This is because an established leader whose qualities have already been proven. As a result, the team will immediately get better as they will have a good leader. Negatives of this, however, are that he will not be known by his teammates, and therefore social cohesion will take longer to enforce. As a result, the team may play worse at the beginning on the pitch. So, for example, this is Leicester City in the 2015-26 season, who had Wes Morgan as their captain, who they appointed back in 2012 as he was an established leader and his old club, and Leicester needed this in order to win the league.